Viruses are fascinating yet complex entities that play a significant role in health and disease. To understand them fully, it helps to explore what they are, how they are structured, and how they reproduce inside living organisms. Viruses act like living things, but are totally different, making them unique in biology. What viruses are? A virus is a microscopic infectious agent that depends entirely on the cells of living organisms to reproduce. The term microscopic highlights that viruses are incredibly small, far smaller than bacteria, and can only be seen using an electron microscope. Infectious things invade living organisms, spread disease, and jump from one host to another. Here, a host refers to any organism whose cells a virus uses to make copies of itself. Unlike living organisms, viruses are not made of cells. They are called acellular because they don't have the structures needed for survival or reproduction. Because they cannot replicate on their own, they must invade host cells and hijack the host's machinery to produce new virus particles. This dependence on host cells is one of the key reasons viruses are not classified as living organisms. The structure of a virus, viruses come in many shapes, but their basic components are fairly simple. All viruses contain genetic material, which can be either DNA or RNA. This genetic material may be single-stranded or double-stranded, and carries the instructions needed to produce new viruses. For example, the HIV virus contains 2 single strands of RNA that encode its essential functions. Surrounding this genetic material is a protective protein coat called the capsid. The capsid protects the virus's genetic material and helps it latch on to host cells. This envelope helps them fuse with and enter host cells more easily. Glycoproteins, or surface proteins, stick to the envelope and help them latch onto specific receptors on host cells. Many viruses also carry specialized enzymes. HIV, for instance, uses an enzyme called reverse transcriptase to convert its RNA into DNA, allowing it to integrate into the host's genetic material. How viruses replicate? Viruses cannot reproduce independently. Their replication begins when they attach to a host cell using their surface proteins. These proteins bind to matching receptors on the cell's surface, allowing the virus to enter or inject its genetic material. Once the virus gets into a host cell, it hijacks the machinery of the cell to make viral proteins and copy its own DNA. As new virus particles assemble, they eventually leave the host cell ether by bursting it open or by budding off its surface. These new viruses then move on to infect additional cells, continuing the cycle of infection. Before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss out on our latest videos. See you next time.